Technique as Discovery. By Mark Schorer. Mark Schorer. Mark Schorer, an American writer, critic, and scholar, was born on May 17, 1908 in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Studied MA at Harvard and earned his PhD in English at University of Wisconsin, Madison in 1936. Held various positions in Dartmouth, Harvard, and University of California. His best-known work is Sinclair Lewis, An American Life. He was called as an expert witness during the 1957 obscenity trial over the Allen Ginsberg poem Howl. He was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. He died from a blood infection in August 11, 1977 at Oakland, California. Technique as Discovery. First published in 1947. It became a critical hallmark for its claim that fiction deserved the close scrutiny, attention, and consideration. It is a significant contribution to the new criticism. Summary. Modern criticism has demonstrated that in art beauty and truth are indivisible and one. The old dilemma will be solved if beauty is substituted with form and truth with content. According to him, the difference between content or experience and achieved content or art is technique. Technique is discovering, exploring, developing, conveying, and evaluating the writer's experience and subject matter. When we speak of technique, we speak of everything in a work of art. Only when technique is applied to the subject matter of the novel, it can be called art. Mark Schorer focuses on the works of three 20th-century novelists to prove his point. They are H. G. Wells, D. H. Lawrence, and James Joyce. He chose those three because the work he has chosen is considered to be the greatest pieces of literature from the 20th century. All these works chosen are modernists and to some extent autobiographical. H. G. Wells' Tono Bungay held no grand opinion about the significance of technique in fiction writing. Wells had enormous literary energy, but had no respect for techniques of his medium. Wells stated, "I have never taken any very great pains about writing. I am outside the hierarchy of conscious and deliberate writers altogether." Wells was proud to escape from artistic preoccupations by calling himself a journalist. Schorer says that with a minimum attention to the virtue of technique, Wells in Tono Bungay gives a hypothesis and not an individual destiny. He has provided a theory of the future, not his theory of the future. Modern novelists like James, Conrad, and Joyce pay enormous attention to the medium. For them, technique is not secondary as Wells thought it to be. D. H. Lawrence believed that novels have a great therapeutic function as he is trying to shed his own problems through the character of Paul Morel in Sons and Lovers. Schorer says, if a book becomes an application of self-analysis, then technique must take the place of the analyst. Lawrence's failure in his masterpiece is because of his impatience with technical resources. Lawrence's confused ideas about characterization can be seen in the last few false note of the novel as Lawrence makes Paul turns towards life. Schorer opines that Lawrence's personal life interferes with the characterization, and so the sickness was not healed, the emotion not mastered, and the novel is not perfected. Mark Schorer says that James Joyce in A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man and Ulysses are examples of how a writer can use his technique effectively to put out his experience in art. Like other two writers, James Joyce also produced his work of art, which is semi-autobiographical. The protagonist Stephen moves from childhood through boyhood to maturity. A highly self-conscious use of style and method defines the quality of experience in each stages. Ulysses is presented with an attitude towards technique and the technical scrutiny of subject matter with superb coherence. Schorer concludes that if a writer has discovered the right technique in developing subject and convey its meaning, the readers will easily grasp the popularity and depth of the novel. For more videos, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.